Good evening, Mark. We were there when Bonifacio Alvarez Reynolds faced one count of first-degree murder and his alleged role in the death of In Cho. His family was there too, and he claims that he had no idea about Cho's death until the morning after the robbery when he saw it in the news. One day after turning himself into Lakewood police, 20-year-old Bonifacio Alvarez Reynolds went before a Pierce County judge, pleading not guilty to one charge of murder in the first degree for his role in the death of McChord Mart owner In Cho. His mother watched from the courtroom. According to court documents, a friend of the suspect tipped police off, saying that Reynolds told him about the McChord Mart robbery the night it happened. The next day, Reynolds showed that same friend an article about Cho's death, saying, quote, "I think this was us." Reynolds' bail was set at $2 million. His mother, visibly upset, provided no comment on her son's court appearance.
Ma'am, I gotta go. I'm not feeling well.
While Reynolds was in court, police are still out looking for this man, Marcus Williams.
With the release of the video through the Lakewood Police Department, we believe that it'll tell people that this guy's dangerous.
Police say he is the one caught on security tape in McChord Mart, struggling with Cho over the register and then seen stabbing her multiple times, including once in the heart. Cho was able to chase him out of the store before she died from her injuries. Crime Stoppers is offering $1,000 for any information that would lead to his arrest.
And the best information we can get right now is where is the suspect, where is he staying. Don't try and apprehend him. We'll put the information to Lakewood Police and let them do their job.
With one suspect in the court system, law enforcement hopes the other is not far behind. Again, law enforcement really hoping for more tips that will lead them to the location of Marcus Williams. If you do see him, do not approach him. He's considered armed and dangerous. You're just asked to call 911. Live in Tacoma tonight, Vanessa Mashania, King 5 News.